So we think about not just Google and Google search and all of that, but social media and how it seems like you throw a rock and somebody's got an opinion on something. We are just being bombarded with information, but even though we're being bombarded with information, we're having less and less transformation. There's so much information, but there's not a lot of context. Yep, I said it. I don't care if you work a full-time job. I don't care if you are in the service-based industry. If there's anything that you have done and you have been successful at it, understand that there are other people who want to be successful at it too. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and I do all the things, but I do it because I'm passionate about helping you turn your success story into the next 6 or 7-figure online brand. And I think it's important to say that because so many people ask me, is it too late to start an online coaching business? And I'm like, oh my goodness, of course not. The answer is no, but you would be surprised how many people wonder if it's too late. I think part of it is because online coaching has picked up steam. It is certainly no longer a new profession. I remember even in like 2014, people didn't even know what a coach was. And in 2015, all you had to do was call yourself a coach and people were automatically flocking to you because there wasn't this big deluge of online coaches. But now, because it's more popular, more people are building online coaching brands. There are people who have genuine skills that they can offer. They can really help people. They have really great experience that they should be monetizing, but they're reluctant to, put their hat in the ring and put themselves out there because they're like, I don't know. I see so many coaches. Is it too late for me to join and to build an online coaching brand? So obviously, the answer is no. If you're wondering what I think about that, the answer is no, but I'm going to tell you why and hopefully convince you on why you should start your coaching brand starting right now. All right, the first thing you have to keep in mind, and the first reason why it's not too late to start an online coaching brand is because you have to understand, in my opinion, coaching, I always say, is the second oldest profession. So I think we know what the first oldest profession is in the world. I'm not gonna say it because I don't wanna get demonetized on YouTube, but it's a word that is similar to restitution, shall we say, right? So that's not what we're talking about. But outside of that, I would garner to say that coaching, even though it's not called coaching, is the world's second oldest profession, right? Many of us understand coaching in ancient times in the concept of like apprenticeships. Women had a lot of like wisdom circles where they would kind of like sit around and pass information down to the next person. I think about King Solomon in the Bible and how all these monarchs from all over, the region, right? The Queen of Sheba came up. They paid this man a lot of money. Look it up in the Bible. It said she paid him like 120 talents or something crazy like that. Google how much a talent of gold is worth today and you'll understand that she paid him literally hundreds of millions of dollars for his wisdom. So we have all of these examples from ancient times, different kingdoms all around the world of people who were paid essentially for their wisdom. So I tell you that for you to understand that this is not something new, right? So if you're thinking it's too late, if it were too late, none of us would be coaches because again, people have been doing this since thousands of years BC, right? So this is not something new, but this is something that is picking up steam in the modern world. And so I think it's so important for us not to discount what we have to offer and for us to say, you know what? I am as valuable as the next person who is offering coaching, right? We look at other people who have coaching businesses. If they can do it, we should be thinking to ourselves, why can't we do it too? Why do we look at someone else who is having success and we think, oh, the pie is too small. There's not enough for me to have my piece. That's not true. Wisdom is ever expanding. There are more and more things that people need to learn, more and more things that people want to learn from people who have been there. And so this really should encourage you, meaning the growth of the online coaching industry should really encourage you to let you know that it is not too late. In fact, there's more opportunity than ever. All right, the second reason that I believe it's definitely not too late for you to start an online coaching business is because I do believe we have lost what I call the art of apprenticeship. So just as I mentioned in the previous example, there were whole, human communities back in the day in ancient times where it was extremely common for people to apprentice alongside a master. So whether it was a master carpenter and you apprentice under them or a master herbalist who could, teach you how to heal the people in the community, we are used to doing this. However, I feel in modern times, we've really lost that apprenticeship because we've replaced the apprenticeship model with the modern day school system. And so while there's a lot of benefits to the modern education system and, things are more standardized, we've kind of lost that human touch and that concept of human experience. And so there's still something to be said about learning from someone who just doesn't have a theoretical understanding of their subject matter, but really has like tangible, hands-on expertise. And so I think that coaching is something that really fills in that gap for today's people, especially with all the new things that we need to learn and all the new things that we need to master. So again, take heart. If you're seeing more coaches, it just means that there's more opportunity for you to get in there as well. All right, the third reason why it's not too late for you to start a coaching business, and this is somewhat related to the second reason, is that I also believe in our modern society, we have become more disconnected to community. So before airplanes and really, capitalism and factory work, and before it was common for people to move out of their family homes and family residences and family regions and go very far to pursue an income by working somewhere, people lived in tight-knit, close communities, which again made it easy to foster that wisdom being passed back and forth. But because we live in modern eras and, again, people have moved away from maybe where they've grown up to pursue other professional opportunities, often many of us are living in big cities. We're, away from our parents, we're away from the city that we grew up in, we're away from our original communities, and so we're looking to develop communities on our own. In addition to that, we are often looking to develop communities online or to join different communities online. So I think this whole move of, yes, we're seeking different opportunities, but we're being disconnected from communities makes it so much more important for coaches to step up and share what they have, because again, you are not just sharing your expertise, but you're really creating a community around what you are passionate about and around what your ultimate mission is. So the fact that we've been disconnected from our communities shows that there's more opportunity than ever for coaches to really fill in that gap. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What kind of coaching business do you want to start? Share in the comments below. All right, the fourth reason why there's more opportunity than ever for new coaches is because of the information age. So we think about not just Google and Google search and all of that, but social media and how it seems like you throw a rock and somebody's got an opinion on something. There's whole TikToks of people giving information, YouTube videos of people giving information, people on, Instagram showing themselves as being experts, people who are gurus on LinkedIn. We are just being bombarded with information, but even though we're being bombarded with information, we're having less and less transformation. And part of the reason for that is because there's so much information, but there's not a lot of context. And so coaching is really important because the coach is essentially saying, hey, because I have experience in this area and I know what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen in order to achieve a certain goal, I can provide context around all the information that you're getting and show you this is important, this information is good, but this information is not as important as you think it is, even though you're receiving all of this information for free. So even though there is more information out in the world, there is more confusion than ever, and people don't know up from down, right? In the wellness space, people are like, I don't know, should I be paleo? Should I be keto? Should I be vegan? Like, so much information, I have no idea how to make sense of all this. This is where a wellness coach would come in. Business coaching, oh my goodness, should I be on this social media platform or should I be on this social media? Should I create a signature offer first or should I sell, solo coaching sessions? It's all this stuff. A coach is going to help you make sense of that. So again, people more than ever, even though there's so much information, they're looking for coaches because they understand that coaches are the bridge in order to get that transformation. All right, and the fifth reason why it's never been a greater time for you to start your coaching business and it is not too late is because I believe that everyone, regardless of what field you're in or what your industry is, anyone who has any success in anything should have a coaching revenue stream. Yep, I said it. I don't care if you work a full-time job. I don't care if you are in the service-based industry. If there's anything that you have done and you have been successful at it, understand that there are other people who want to be successful at it too. So let's say that you're a professional stylist and you really enjoy styling your clients. Maybe you work with celebrity clients. Maybe you work with, high flying professionals and executives, whatever it is. That might be your main business and you might totally love it and that's what you do. But understand that there are other stylists who are coming up who would love to know your tricks of the trade and everything that you've done to be successful. And the beauty of the coaching coaching industry is even if you are a service professional, it would be impossible for you to service all the clients who need and desire what it is that you have to offer. And so you can build an entire second revenue stream by teaching others who are in your same field how to be successful using your techniques. So I believe that having a coaching revenue stream, even if it's not your main revenue stream, is a great opportunity for you to increase the revenue of your business, regardless of whatever it is, and ultimately build even more generational wealth for yourself and your family. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're gonna love my Next Big Name Bootcamp. This is my flagship program that teaches you how to build a coaching business from A to Z. So if I've successfully convinced you that it is not too late to start a coaching business, but now you're like, how? I invite you to click the link below to apply, and if accepted, you will be invited to a phone call with my enrollment team where we'll tell you more about the program and hopefully get you started. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want even more where this came from, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure that you are following me on Instagram, where I'm posting daily, sometimes twice daily. And I even share the behind the scenes of my life on my stories. And so with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.